double chin. I'm telling you guys, every time I look at my monitor, all I can see is my double chin. That's sad. It's the last day of the decade, and I just wanted to record this moment. I'm actually just getting back from my lunch at work, recording for the first time with my brand new phone that my husband gave me for Christmas. But I just wanted to record this moment because I am feeling so happy and so optimistic about my book. I spent 2019 working really hard on this book. Oh, it's raining. Spent 2019 working really hard on this book, and for the last, I feel like 6 months almost, I haven't really been writing in it because I've been spending all this time submitting to beta readers and then going through beta feedback. Then just recently, for some reason, I found that going through all that beta feedback while it needs to happen was also kind of draining my creativity and my enthusiasm for the book because it's taking so long and I just really want to get back to writing, but I can't until I finish with this part of the process. And then for some reason, just over the last 3 days, I want to say, I have suddenly been waking up feeling so inspired with specific scenes popping into my head the book is missing, and realizing, oh, this is what will fix this problem. This is what the book needs. This is what it's missing. This is what's going to make all the difference to make the book better. And that feels amazing. So I've just been working on my book every chance that I get. Any downtime at work, I'm pulling up Google Docs and just writing. And it feels really good to be writing again, even though I'm not done with my beta feedback organization. I'm working on that as well. But anyways, I have to get into work now, but I couldn't let this, the last day of the decade, pass without pulling out my camera and vlogging this happy moment in the history of my book's journey. Anyways, I hope you guys had a happy new year, and I'll check in a little bit. Another work day, and I am on my lunch break again and on my way to walk to Barnes & Noble to work on my book. And today's lesson is, do not try to vlog and walk at the same time. I totally just biffed it on the pavement. It was one of those triple stumble trips because I stumbled, and then in catching myself, made myself stumble even worse. And then in catching myself from that one, I stumbled so badly that I fell and skidded on the pavement. All my stuff scattered everywhere, and I yelled really gracefully. Unfortunately, a split second before I took flight, I turned off my phone, so you guys didn't get to witness that with me, with the experience of flying through the air. And now my lunch break is over, so I am headed back to work with a bruised knee. Thankfully, my laptop is safe, and my brand new phone is also safe. Back to work, yay! So it is Monday, January 5th, so we are going on 5 days in this new year, and I admit I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to finish organizing all of my beta reader feedback before the end of 2019 so that in 2020 I could jump back into actually writing. I also knew that was kind of a big goal that would be hard to achieve, so I'm okay with the fact that I'm still organizing feedback, but I have to say I'm getting really tired of it. I have so many ideas for how I want to fix the book, and I feel like I already know things that I want to change, and I just want to jump in and start making all the changes now already. So I do feel like it's slowing my momentum, and like my enthusiasm for the book, I'm afraid, is going to be completely drained by the time I actually get to sit down and start working on it again. So that's one downside to organizing beta feedback this way, which has made me realize that next time I organize beta feedback, I'm going to do it as it comes in and not wait to receive all of it and then start organizing through it. I'm just going to, as it comes in, put it where it needs to go, and then I'll think about it again. But, you know, this is what it takes. You just have to learn the hard way sometimes. This is my first novel that I'm doing this way, and so it's just a big learning experience, and that's all part of the learning journey, right? This is what I'm documenting on my channel, is my journey and the things that I'm learning, things that I want to improve on and do better next time around. But I'm feeling kind of tired. I can't wait to be done with this part. But I don't want to fall into that trap of every part of the writing process that you're in. It's always easy to feel like I just can't wait till this part is done so that I can get on to the next part of the writing process. So I'm trying to just enjoy this part now, but I do want to get it finished as quickly as possible. And I know the more I think about it, the more I let it drag on. So I just need to get working on it. So it's January. And everybody, of course, is posting all of their New Year's resolution videos, and they're looking back on 2019 videos. And I decided I wasn't gonna do that because, I don't know, because I was tired, burnt out from my move and everything that's been going on, and I'm a big baby, and I wasn't gonna do it. And then I watched Dawn Kozak's video that she posted recently where she's reacting to her January 2019 video, making goals for 2019. It was fun to watch that, and it did kind of make me want to go back and watch my video of the goals that I had posted for 2019 in January of last year. So Dawn encouraged me. She's like, no, you really should go back and watch it. It's interesting to see the goals that you made last year and what you were thinking and where you were in life. And so on my lunch break just now, I was watching my video from January of last year. Everybody was all posting their New Year's resolutions and they're looking back on 2018 videos, and I'm just sitting over here like not posting anything. Long story short, I was just really burnt out and I felt like I needed a break. I'm not going to do a whole video on looking back on 2018, my plans for 2019. I'm just going to get that over with really quickly so we can move forward with our lives, okay? Suffice it to say, not a whole lot has changed so far as my mentality goes. It seems that my productivity and my energy really does seem to coincide with the time of the year, because my thought process this year in January was exactly the same as my thought process last year in January, where I also didn't want to do any big videos for the new year. So now I kind of changed my mind and I decided that I am going to do a looking back on 2019 video, because when I started thinking about it, I realized I did a lot of things in 2019. I made a lot of really good progress that I should be proud of. I went on my first cruise. I moved to a new state. I got a new job. I printed 2 different drafts of my book. So I printed the draft that I finished in 2018, and then I revised a whole new draft and printed that as well. And I'm currently working on that draft. And there's a lot of similarities between January this year and January of last year. It also surprised me to realize that during January of last year, I was mostly doing a lot of organization work on Scrivener and not a whole lot of writing, and I was missing writing. That's exactly how I feel now. I'm mostly doing a whole lot of organization work and not a whole lot of actual writing. So that was funny to be like, wow. Something about January, I end up doing a lot of the same stuff and feeling the same way, and kind of a lack of creativity. Last year in January, I was really upset about the weight that I had gained, and in my mind it was the weight that I had gained over the year, but I think it was really mostly during the holiday season, because that's exactly what happened in 2019. Is I was really good during the year about exercising and maintaining a really healthy diet. I was good about that for most of the year, I would say. And then towards the end of the year, when we had the whole crisis with having to move out of our apartment really suddenly because of a carpet beetle infestation, moving out of state, trying to find a new job, trying to adjust to living in a house with 3 other households in it, I ended up gaining a lot of weight again. And right now I'm the heaviest I've ever been, which is sad, but also, you know what? I still love myself. I love my body, and it's okay. You know, weight is whatever. It's a thing. It happens. You gain weight, you lose weight, things fluctuate, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not the end of the world. That being said, I do still really want to get into shape, and my goal at the beginning of last year that I said was that I wanted to get into at least as good of shape as I was in when I first got married. And now my goal for this year that I made was actually that I want to be in the best shape of my life on my 30th birthday in November. I made a little list of what that means to me exactly. What would I consider to be the best shape of my life? I had to do these little quotation marks up here above the steering wheel. Anyways, what is the best shape of my life? And I decided that means being able to do little things I've never been able to do before. They're not a huge deal, but they're small victories for me. Things like being able to touch my toes with my legs straight out in front of me and not touching my toes just to either side, but actually like straight out in front, both toes for longer than 10 seconds. Not just like a bounce and I'm good. I've done that and been like, I can touch my toes now. Like, no. I want to be able to like actually grip my toes and hold on to them and like be fully bent forward. And I'd like to be able to do a full forward bend from standing as well, like hugging my legs so like my forehead is pressed against my shins. That'd be amazing. I've never been able to do that before. So, you know, like little flexibility things, strength things, like being able to do 5 chin-ups or 5 pull-ups unassisted. So anyways, I have these little goals like that. I'm not going to do a goals video. Well, I don't know. I'm tempted. I think this is just what happens every year, is by the end of the year, I'm really burnt out and I'm a little bit discouraged because I wasn't able to achieve the goals that I set. And then the new year starts and I'm like, I'm not going to set any solid goals. I'm just going to be really vague and whatever I can get done is good. But then I realized, looking back, I was able to accomplish as much as I did in 2019 because I set really lofty goals thinking that they were super achievable or somewhat achievable at least. And I know for a fact I would not have gotten as far in my book as I am now if I hadn't set those really high goals, which, yeah, I laugh at those goals now because I'm like, what was I thinking? Why did I think I would have my book finished and like ready to go to the editor by March of last year? Because now I know how much more work the book needs. But if I had known how impossible that goal was at the beginning of last year and just been like, well, forget about it, that's impossible, I wouldn't have tried as hard as I did, and I would not be as far in my book as I am now. So that was an encouraging thought. And I'm going to have to chew on it a little bit longer because I'm thinking I do need to make some more lofty goals for myself this year than I have in regards to the progress of my book. I was trying to be all realistic in December and January when I was considering goals for my book this year, and I was like, well, now I know how long everything actually takes. I'm going to be really realistic and say this book is not going to be done for like another year and a half. I don't want to do that. I want to push myself and set a goal that, like, ideally it would be really, really awesome if I could finish another round of revisions for this book before the summer and have it sent out to another round of beta readers, and by my birthday on November have it ready to go to an editor. That would be amazing. It would make me really happy, and I'm just going to work towards that because why not? If I work towards that, yeah, it'll probably take longer than that, but who cares? I'm going to try really hard to make it happen because then at least I'll make more progress on my book than I would if I was just thinking like it's never gonna happen. Double chin. I'm telling you guys, every time I look at my monitor, all I can see is my double chin. That's sad. Anyways, I have to go to work, so I'm gonna quit this now, and maybe we'll talk about this a little bit later when I get off work. We did not talk about this later when I got off work because when I got off work, I had a bunch of other things to do. But that's okay. I have been chewing on those thoughts, and right now I'm editing this video that you are currently watching and realized I just need to close out the vlog because now I really want to work on my looking back on 2019 video, and I'm still trying to decide how I want to share my goals for 2020 with you guys, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to do it more in a vlog style video where I show you a week in my life, the way my life is now, because things are completely different for me than they were last year when Patrick and I had our own place and we had just a really regular schedule and we had our routines that we lived by, and now I feel like all routine has completely gone out the window and I'm trying really hard to establish a routine. And I want to show you guys that. I want to show you what my new baseline is and how I'm trying to establish that. And so this week I started vlogging just like a week in my life type video, and I think I'm going to incorporate my goals for 2020 in that video. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't want to make any promises, but I am excited about videos again and coming back to Authortube and reviving my channel a little bit more, and so I've made a few updates and bonus points to anybody who's noticed what those updates are. But anyways, I'm gonna close out this vlog now and continue editing this video so that I can get it up tonight, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!
Would you come take a walk with me? We'll cross over the mountain